Passover vacation is usually quite a difficult time for me because I'm a person who needs a lot of time to myself, a lot of time on my own to like think and have a bit of quiet and to do my own thing. And so Passover vacation, and the truth is all school vacations are tough for me because I have all the kids around me, and it's much more difficult to carve out that time for myself. But this Passover vacation, it was a bit different. First of all, I was able, in different ways, I was able to carve out a bit more time for myself than usual, so that was nice. But also, this year on Passover vacation, I so enjoyed and so valued like the special family time together of Passover vacation. This year, I just so enjoyed, like going on special trips with my family. Like we went on a short family hike, and every day we'd have like a special like big breakfast together. And every day I would go on like some sort of fun outing with like a few of my kids, and it was just really fun. I just really like had a great time in that way with my family, and it reminded me of like when I was a kid, and really some of my fondest memories of childhood are of like special family moments like that. Like I remember my father, he's a big history buff. So, like, on family vacations, instead of, like, the regular family outings, like, amusement parks or whatever, to the seashore, like my neighbors were going on, my family, we would go, to, like, really obscure historical locations, like in Pennsylvania or Virginia or New York. Like the houses of, like, presidents you never heard of from the 19th century, or scientists you never heard of, or artists you never heard of. And that was the kind of thing that we did, but it was really fun. Like I loved it, like the car rides and the fun time with family. And of course we had fun, of course we did. But it was like a special time just to have like fun time together as a family. Or we had like a nice family dinner every night. It wasn't probably like when you envision family dinner, it probably wasn't like how it was in my house, in the Friedman family house. My mother doesn't cook. So like every night she would basically like she would peel a cucumber, cut it up, and sprinkle oregano on top, something along those lines. And like I would have cornflakes, my brother would have Rice Krispies, and we would just, my mom would say, "Okay, dinner served," and like, we would just like, but we would just be sitting together. And we would laugh, and we had the greatest time. Or on Sundays, we would go out every Sunday to a restaurant. It was just like fun family times together. And so this Passover just made me, I was just thinking about, like, reflecting, like, remembering back on this wonderful, like, that wonderful family time that I had as a child, and also over this Pesach vacation, this wonderful family time together. And it really drove home the extent to which in my life as a mother, for some reason, I don't really have so many of those moments. I don't really have those, like, fun family times. Maybe it's because, I have twice as many children, B'li and Hara, as my parents did. I have 6 children. I grew up as one of 3. So it's harder to, like, take everyone different places. It's harder, it's harder, like, in a, relatively larger family, to pull together these, like, fun outings or these fun things or whatever. But it really made me appreciate just how important that is. How important it is in my, how important it is within the routine of, getting everyone up in the morning at like 6:40 and getting everyone out of the house and getting everyone dressed and getting everyone fed and go. How important it is to try and find those times. How important it is to try and find positive family moments. So my teacher, Rabbi Ari Niven, of the personal development Chaboros, which I've told you about many times in these pep talks. So he talks about the importance of finding magical moments. And magical moments doesn't require, driving to Pennsylvania to a obscure president's house. It doesn't require even having like a family dinner together. It just requires, this is all that it requires. It requires that at one point during the day that you're in a good mood, and your child's in a good mood, and no one's stressed out, and no one's yelling, and no one's fighting, and just everyone's in a good mood. You're in a good mood, your child's in a good mood, and you spend time with them. And he talks about the importance of seeking out those times, trying to find those times in your life as a mother, when there are magical moments, when you just have like a pleasant time with your child. And he explains that the reason why this is so incredibly important is that Rabbi Niven explains that 1 hour of education is the equivalent of 1,000 hours of discipline. So what does this mean? So when you're just sitting with your child, you just have like, it's the end of the day, and let's say for me, like my daughter, it's the end of the day, I just put my little kids to bed, and my older children are up, and my daughter's like practicing recorder, or one's doing her homework, and we're just sitting in the living room, and I'm like talking with them, and they tell me about their day, and I tell them about my day, and it's like this nice time together. It's like those are the most fertile times of our lives for true education of our children. Times when they can speak honestly, and we can also speak honestly about what's important to us. And so that hour of education is worth 1,000 hours of discipline, meaning that it's so easy as a mother to get into a rut of only interacting with our children in terms of discipline. Get out of bed. Why are you running late? You're late for Minyan. Why didn't you're late for the bus? Eat your cereal. You forgot to do your homework again. Sit down, eat faster. We're in a rush. But to spend the whole day that way, the whole way, in sort of discipline, kind of negative, kind of interaction with our children. If you've seen, actually, I think I'm going to post it this week on my blog. If you've seen, there's something called the Motherhood Song. Which is sung to the tune of the William Tell Overture. Children get out of bed. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to post it this week. So it's like always being in that mode with our children, that discipline mode with our children. So Rabbi Niven says something interesting, and he just told us like a nice story. He said Rabbi Niven has a lot of children, B'nai Hara, and he was telling us that he has children ranging from a newborn to children in their early 20s. So one day he came home really, really late from work, and he was very, very tired. But he saw like some of his teenage boys were hanging out, and they were like joking around in a good mood. And he realized, okay, this is prime magical moment opportunity. So he was really tired. He drank a cup of coffee, and he stayed up like for an hour with his kids, just like talking with them and hearing how they're doing. And he talked with them about what's going on, and it's worth it. It's worth that kind of investment, that kind of mesirut nefesh, that kind of like a little bit like pushing yourself to have these special educational magical moments with our kids. It's just like a nice time. And I just appreciate the reason I really, really have this on my mind is because my goal for the 72 days of kindness, which I've told you about several times, so the 72 days of kindness are like going on from now until, from a few weeks ago, but also from now until Shavuot. So we're supposed to be working on a certain character trait, a certain something about ourselves that we really, really want to work on. We're supposed to be working towards what Rabbi Niven calls a Mount Sinai vision, of who you most want to be. Like you want to be a patient mother, you want to be a more tolerant person, a more energetic person, a more organized person. So you have to have in your mind like a vision of who you want to be, and every day take a microscopic step towards reaching your Mount Sinai vision. So my Mount Sinai vision is to become a more joyous and relaxed mother. My microscopic thing, like resolution that I'm doing every single day, that I'm trying to do every single day, and it's only 5 minutes, is that I'm working on having a magical moment with my children. And I can really see it helping. I can really see that by Shavuot, I really, B'ezrat Hashem, I'm going to reach it. I'm going to be this joyous and relaxed mother that I have in my mind's eye. I think I'm going to get there. So I want to bless all of you, that in your lives, that in all of our lives, that we should be able to access more magical moments with our children. And I want to bless all of you with an amazing, amazing week.